Hey loves, it's JJ.ReLaTrix, and today we are going to talk about pad split. So pad split is a perfect mix of Airbnb meets co-living. So what are the benefits of living in a pad split? Pad split is different from regular traditional rentals because you only pay one bill per week. You have your private furnished room, it includes utilities, and also free credit reporting. They do not require a minimum credit score, unlike most rentals. And you don't have to pay a big security deposit, again, like most rentals. I love how they also help build your credit. So when most people move into pad split, they're saving up for a car, apartment, or home. It's just an amazing company. So how much on average would you save with pad split? So again, with the one bill each week, it's going to cover your rent, utilities, and also free credit reporting. They also offer telehealth. So again, you're saving money and building credit. Let's take a look at the savings calculator. Now, of course, I haven't seen rent at $877 in a while, but these are based on the average rental prices for Jacksonville, Florida. So of course, they're going to take all of the rent prices and divide them and come up with a median. So again, I know this is kind of off, but just for example's sake, rent $877, electricity $125.22, water $40, gas $153, internet $62.33, trash $5. So again, it's just cheaper with that one bill each week than your average monthly rent. So can I live in pad split if I have an eviction? That is one of the number one denial reasons I have for clients that I am trying to help find a living space is they have evictions. One realtor, she wasn't so nice about it, but she said, I was like, my client had an eviction, but it was like 10 years ago. She's like, I don't care if it's 10, 15, 20, 30 years ago. It's not going to be approved. And my fellow realtors, it's not what you say, darling. It's all in how you say it. It's all in how you say it. I think sometimes tenants or property owners forget, without your tenant, where would you be? Like, without your tenant, where would you be, my darling? They're paying your bills. You're at their mercy. And I know if one tenant doesn't work, you can have another one. But sometimes when we climb up the ladder, how quickly we forget about where we started. And that's just so sad to me. So I'm glad when companies like this pop up because they give grace to these individuals. So let's take a look. Applicants who have had one evictions on their record the last 7 years can be approved. Can be approved. I'm going to start recommending this to a lot of, my clients that have, unfortunately, evictions because it's life and things happen, unfortunately. But applications with more than one eviction will be rejected. Now, I completely get it. 1, 2, 3, 4, they're like, but at least they're giving grace where others aren't. Okay, so what are the approval criteria? So, of course, 18 and older. All applications will undergo a credit background check. Applicants with felony convictions in the last 7 years will have an additional review. Again, they aren't saying denied. They're just going to do an additional review. And I love this. You know what I think? Where regular condo, townhome, and home renters are going to say no, pad split is going to say yes. And there's a lot of people that are being denied. So I think their income is going to be higher. Number one, because they have, 5 people living in a home. So that's 5 people paying rent every week. They're already getting more than the traditional family paying rent once a month. And they're also going to capitalize on the clients that are being declined. So investors, this is a cash cow. Let me continue. Applicants will have their identity verified by a third-party vendor, which is standard. You must provide U.S. ID, valid social security number, I-10. Again, that's valid. That's standard. Applicants must show proof of income to be required to pay membership dues up front. Of course, We also do review your credit history, but it's not a factor in the approval process. Ding, 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 ding. That's how I feel the whole world should be. Just imagine going to the grocery store and being told, I'm sorry, you can't get bananas. Your credit score isn't a 700. Like, are you kidding me? Do you want this money or not? I think the world's kind of getting ridiculous. So we do review your credit, but again, it is not a factor in the approval process. So again, I love that. Amazing job, Pad Split. What's the minimum credit score to live in a Pad Split? Great news, there's no minimum credit score. Great news, there's no minimum credit score. This is so awesome. A lot of times I have clients and I hate to ask, like, what is your credit score? Let's not go by Credit Karma. Can you download the Experian app? Let's see what your housing credit score is. Because most property owners are looking for a 600, 620. If it's $599 and below, they're going to charge 2 months deposit. And it's already hard enough for people to come up with 1 month's deposit and one month's rent. You're asking them to come up with 2 months deposit and 1 month's rent. It's like, ugh. So again, I'm super happy that they're saying there's no minimum credit score to live there. They're going to make so much more money than a lot of investors because they are scooping up all of the denials. There's more denials than approvals. Ask me how I know. I have 25 successful renters, and ask me how many unsuccessful rentals I have. So they're going to be scooping up the no's, and they're going to make a lot of money. So when you apply to become a member, we'll review your credit history. However, your credit history is, again, not a factor in the approval process. In fact, we will report all on-time payments through our partnership with IssueShoe. And 95% of our members see an increase in their credit. So not only do you have a cheaper place to live, you're paying once a week. It's covering all of your expenses except for, gas for your car, groceries. Right? Because it's internet, water, light, electric, internet, all of that's included. But they're also going to report your pay history to give you a credit boost. Even when you get a condo, a townhouse, or a home, not all of those tenants are doing that for you. So there's just so many more pros with Pad Split than cons so far. So can I see the room before I move in? So because we value privacy of our members, you are not allowed to tour the physical home before your move-in date. This is true. I asked, hey, I'm a realtor in Jacksonville, Florida. I saw this a while back. I was like, this is amazing. Is there any way I can tour? And they wouldn't even let me tour as a realtor. So privacy is big for them, which is nice because the only people that they want going in basically are their tenants. You cannot share the room with someone. So it's one person, one room, and you cannot have anyone spend the night. So this kind of reminds me of college, dorm situation, which I think is kind of neat. I can see them expanding in the future for people in relationships, maybe people with kids, maybe it could be 2 families in a home. So right now it's just one person per room, but I can see them expanding to include other parties. One of the tenants that I moved in, it was him and his wife and their children, his brother, his wife, and her children. It was a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, and they made it work. So I can see Pad Split doing that in the future. Like, hey, we'll let 2 families move in. It's 2 leases. And, versus right now it's one person, one room. No one can spend the night. Kind of dormish. Okay, but again, they say no one can see the room before you move in. However, they do have 3D tours at every property, so you'll be able to look at the home before going there. Once you are approved, you'll be able to view the cross street, see nearby attractions and transit routes, grocery, gas stations in the area. And they also provide a free 14-day initial commitment period, which is nice. So I'm assuming if it doesn't work out, you have that 14-day window, or if you want to move to a different housing, you have that 14-day window, which is amazing. So what if you're in a home with a lot of guys and maybe you want to move to a different home with women, or, who knows what the situation would be. But I think that's nice that usually when you sign a lease, that's it, end of story. So at least they're giving you that 14-day period, which is amazing. So how does this work? So step 1, you're going to fill out your application. They will ask for Social Security, I-10, employment history, income, your standard application, right? Step 2, you're going to choose your room. So as you go through the website, I'm going to have the link at the end. You're going to be able to see your rooms, their price each week. Again, it is a room, a closet. You may have your own bathroom. You may have to share. So again, think of dorm. co-ed. So the next step will be you're going to choose your room. Step 3 is going to be once you've chosen your room, you'll pay the membership fee. It's going to cover the room, the benefits like utilities, Wi-Fi, laundry, and furnishing. Now, you will need to bring bed linen, but the bed is there. You can't bring in furniture. They don't want you to remove furniture. They don't want you to have a heater, space heater in there, because of course that's number one cause of fire. But you can have like a mini fridge and different things like that. So again, it's giving me dorm life meets real world, because the price of living is just getting out of hand, and they're gonna capitalize on that, which is amazing. Well, not really capital. I guess you can look at it as capitalized from an investor point of view, but it's also benefiting people. So if you're going to make money, you can make money in a positive light, and they have come to that aid. So I really appreciate this company. Step 4, get moving. On moving day, you'll receive an email, everything you need to get settled in your new space, and you're all set. It's time to start saving and planning for your future. So this company is big on one bill a week, cutting the cost, helping you build your credit and future. Whether it's buying a car, whether it's saving up for your down payment for a house or a condo, or just building your credit for your future. And that's what, if you go look at their testimonials, that's what a lot of testimonials were about. This was like a stepping stone. So yeah, that was PadSplit. I think this is a up and coming company. They are going to do major things. I saw it a while back. I was supposed to do a video a while back. I'm just now getting around to it. They were doing showings like in other cities, and I didn't even know they had done one here. I missed it. So I reached out to them. They added me to their Facebook group, and hopefully I can catch the next one. So hopefully I'll be able to be an investor in the future. But this is an amazing company. Can you think of like 167 times 4, and that's what you're paying a month? Like, this is going to help a lot of single people, because a lot of places are saying 3 times the rent. You can do that with 2 people fairly easy, but 1 person, it's like insane. And I think they should change that rule, because when you do your taxes, there's 2 separate rules. There's rules for single people. There's rules for married people. There's rules for married filing separate. There's rules for widows. And I think the rest of the industry needs to understand that. There's no way you can say everyone needs to make 3 times the rent, because 2, 3, 4 people are going to make that easy. 1 person, come on. So I'm just waiting for the world to kind of catch up to my logical way of thinking, or to just put everyone on the same playing field. That's kind of how I feel about it. But yeah, check out PadSplit. There's the link, and I will see you guys later. Bye.